Hello everyone, good morning. Welcome to our institution of Global Professional Free Webinar. Thank you all for joining and stay with us till the end. My lovely audience, today I am your host for the morning. My name is Yarni Akhtar Choudhury. I am from Bangladesh. Dear audience, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member. I feel honored and privileged to host this webinar. It's my delight to welcome you all to our institution of Global Professional Free Webinars. Thank you all for joining us today in this marvelous morning, and it's my humble request to all of you, request and pleasure to us all of you, stay with us till the end. And don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends. Institution of Global Professional serves student and community resource, providing holistic social work and education for create a confident generation. IGP is a leading on online skill development institute with thousands of learners worldwide. Institution of Global Professional is an education provides social work with globally. Recognize we organized our webinar training offline online course is by based and train speaker and coaches from the world. Our mission is to empower people. We have already completed 990 webinars successfully. And let me remind you, don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friend in comment box. Now we'll start our program. So let's watch together and learn together. Today our webinar number is 991 and our topic is important of financial literacy for senior high school. Today we have two speakers. First speaker name is Venus Dio Hilario. She is a senior high school teacher, Morong Rizal from Morong National High School, Senior High School, and she is from Philippines. And our second speaker name is Joanti Santiago. She is a also senior high school teacher from Morong National High School, Senior High School from Philippines. Let's invite our first speaker, Venus Hilario. Hello, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am, in our webinar session.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome. Okay.
Ma'am, Please give your some description about yourself, then you can start your presentation.
So I'm Venus Hilario from the Philippines. So, hello everyone and welcome to today's session. So I'm your first speaker, Dr. Venus Hilario from the Philippines. So I think this webinar will be helpful to everyone. So as to gain knowledge on making our financial decision in our daily life. So I'm very truly honored to be one of the speaker of this webinar. That's all.
Okay, ma'am. Uh, Ma'am, you have to share your presentation.
Okay. So, ma'am,
Ma'am, John,
Ma'am Joanne, can you present the
ma'am, John,
presentation?
please share presentation. Okay, ma'am, you can start.
Okay. So, hello everyone and welcome to today's session. So, I'm your first speaker, Dr. Venus D. Hilario from the Philippines. So, thank you for taking the time to join us today as we talk about importance of financial literacy for senior high school students. So, you live with benefits of financial literacy such as ability to make better financial decisions. Number two, effective management of money and debt and reduction of expenses through better regulation. So to make sure we're helping you as best as we can do on importance of financial literacy for senior high school students. So we have a chat box to source your questions. So feel free to drop questions on the topic or share your struggles and experiences. So we'll answer your questions by the end of each guest session, and the moderator will collect the most upvoted questions so we can answer them for you at the end of the presentation. So also, don't worry about making notes immediately since we'll send the session's recording your way as the talk ends. So without further ado, let me start my topic by citing these three objectives. So first is recognize the importance of saving money for the future. The second is explain basic personal finance principles. And last but not the least, provide understanding of sound practices in earning, spending, saving, and investing money. And for the overview, okay, in this course, senior high school students are asked to examine the strength of their financial foundation by asking the why, how, and what of money. So why should I care about managing money? How can I make the best use of my money? And what are the options I have for how I choose to spend, save, and manage it? So after reflecting on these answers, senior high school students take action by establishing short and long-term financial goals, creating a spending plan to help achieve those goals, and identifying which financial institutions and products will support their financial journey. So I will begin with the precognition. Does what you know now affect your future? So of course, what you know today affects tomorrow. So let me just say that you cannot buy delicious food without money, and you cannot drive a car without a license. So that's why you need to begin learning about how to spend your money wisely today. So how does what we choose now affect our future? So it is true that one of the most important aspect of lives is decision making. And for every choices involves making the right decision. So every choice that we had decided on doing can impact our lives either in a good or in a bad way. It helps shapes us to identify who we are to ourselves and to other people. So it might sound silly, but I think it is important for each and every one of us to thoroughly think about the choices and decisions we have to make in life, especially concerning money. So these things we choose to do can very well impact what happens later down the road. So, how does your perspective toward money change as you age? So, let's begin with a 5-year-old kid who always asks his or her mom to have money to buy the toy car. So, your kid won't understand the finances behind money at this age. But he should be good at counting and basic addition. But what is the mindset of a 15-year-old who always asks mom to give her $40 to buy that designer label top and those cool jeans. So at this age, they are confused. Their focus is not on finances, but on themselves, going back and forth between confidence and self-doubt. They can be self-conscious because they feel like the center of attention. So hormonal changes, struggle with self-image, acceptance by friends, and greater distance from you can all play a part. So while an 18-year-old mindset is to go to university and get a degree, for them, you cannot succeed in the world you will live in now and in the future unless you are very, very well educated. So an 18-year-old already learned about money. As much as you don't want to care, it is important now for them to earn an income as possible. They always think of how they can get money for college. And the last resort is to ask for dad's help. So a 40-year-old mindset towards money is that I need to save for my retirement. So no excessive spending. So how much should a 40-year-old have? So at this age, maybe starting to think about retirement goals more seriously. So by age 40, you should have saved a little over $200,000. So if you're earning an average salary and follow the general guideline, that you should have saved about 3 times your salary by that time. So at the age of 40, you still have time to save for retirement, but you also don't have time to waste. So some short-term sacrifices now will pay off nicely in a couple of decades. So what are the distinctions between savers and spenders? So let me start with the saver. So the saver always think to save today to enjoy tomorrow. So they save for items and appreciate them forever. They have money in the bank because they knew how to manage their money. And they are always prepared for financial emergencies. So the saver enjoy the security that saving brings. So a natural bargain hunter and will look for the best prices or purchase secondhand, buy when necessary, and will put up immediate gratification, preferring to save now and spend later. So conservative by nature and less comfortable with risk, debt, and credit. So however, spenders enjoy the best that life has to offer. So often are in debt and have no money set aside for the inevitable rainy day. So the spender enjoy life and want to live well now. An early adopter, they like the latest and greatest and will pay a premium to be the first to buy it. So they are always content spending money, comfortable with debt, and see luxury purchases as a status symbol. So let us now proceed to definitions you should know. So since our topic is about importance of financial literacy for senior high school students, so let us define. So what is literacy and what is finance? So literacy means being competent or having reasonable knowledge of something in a certain subject. So example of literary skills include listening, speaking, reading and writing. So other literacy skills include vocabulary, spelling, and comprehension. So literacy not only enriches an individual's life, but it creates opportunities for people to develop skills that will help them provide for themselves and their family. So while finance is just simply means the management of money, this includes buying and selling, taking out a loan, maintaining accounts, investing, moving money from one account to another, refinancing an asset, going public. So what is financial literacy? So what is it? So financial literacy is the ability to understand and effectively use various financial skills, so including personal financial management, budgeting, and investing. So financial literacy is the foundation of your relationship with money, and it is a lifelong journey of learning. So imagine yourself reading books, listening to podcasts, subscribing to financial content, or talking to a financial advisor. A strong foundation of financial literacy can help support various life goals, such as saving for education or retirement, using debt responsibly, and running a business. So why is financial literacy important for senior high school students? So financial literacy and money management skills are important for senior high school students as they transition into an ever-changing economy. So high school students who are financially literate are likely to develop positive financial behaviors and make positive financial decisions. So financial literacy is important because it helps senior high school students become self-sufficient and achieve financial stability. This includes being able to save money, distinguish the difference between wants and needs, manage a budget, pay their bills, buy a home, pay for a college, and even plan for retirement. So being aware of money management, income, saving, and spending can equip senior high school students with knowledge to fight fraud and take charge of their finances. So what is the importance of financial literacy for senior high school students? So the study of this topic is very much significant as a senior high school students are susceptible to irrational financial decisions which can lead to the habit of borrowing indiscriminately. So this will expose the students to the need of financial literacy concepts like money management, budget, inflation rates, and interest rates, and the importance of it in a financial decision making. So this aims to inform, enlighten, and create understanding of the need of personal finance so as to prevent senior high school students from being engaged in deceitful transactions. So inculcating financial literacy among senior high school students is very eminent as they tend to develop their habit during the stage and thus enable them to develop good money management behavior as working adults. So having a strong foundation of financial literacy for senior high school students is very important because it gives them the knowledge and need to manage their money wisely. So without financial literacy, senior high school students may be making the wrong decisions regarding how to save or invest money. So a student needs to understand how finances work. So to avoid them incurring debt when using, like for example, their credit card, take out a loan on their first car, and grow their savings through investments. So the purpose of financial literacy isn't just head knowledge. Senior high school students and all adult real goal is to be able to use your money to do things you truly want to do, like retire with dignity, spend free time with family, and give to other people and worthy causes. So what is the importance of financial literacy for senior high school students? So how does financial literacy help senior high school students prepare for the future? So financial literacy is just a fancy term for money knowledge. So a good personal finance class will teach students important money skills like budgeting, avoiding debt, saving, paying cash, investing, and giving. It helps students avoid painful money mistakes and learn good money habits at an early age. So high school students who are financially literate are likely to develop positive financial behaviors and thus make positive financial decisions. So previous studies show that financial literacy classes can increase financial knowledge. So how does financial literacy affect you? So financial literacy affects everyone in different ways. So it helps you manage your money wisely, make sound financial decisions, and achieve financial stability in life. But the uniformity behind it is if you manage your money wisely, you will have a large sum of money to fall back on for retirement or emergencies, and also helps you get through the unexpected moments in life, like a medical emergency or a sudden loss of employment or a house burning down. So knowledge on it will surely benefited us all. So how does financial literacy affect you today? So you can never learn something overnight. So an education on a subject needs to grow with time. So if you learn about money management now, you will be prepared in your future. So financial literacy affects everything from day to long-term financial decisions. And this has implication for both individuals and society. So low levels of financial literacy across countries are correlated with ineffective spending, and financial planning, and expensive borrowing and debt management. So how does financial literacy affect your future? So financial literacy can help individual reach their goals. So in order to be profitable and have a vast sum of money in the future, you will need to know how to manage your money and use it wisely. So that ends my part of the topics. So I will be leaving you an important thought about it. So the goal behind teaching financial literacy is to help people develop a stronger understanding of basic financial concepts. So that way they can handle their money better. So thank you all. So I will give the floor to the second speaker. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am, for your nice presentation. We will back again in our question answer session. You have to wait for 5 minutes. Okay, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Let me now welcome our second speaker. Wait a minute. Hello, ma'am. I can't hear you, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay. Hello.
yes,
Hello.
ma'am, I can. Yes, now I can hear. Um,
Okay. Uh,
Ma'am, first you give some description about yourself, then
mhm.
you can start.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Herkese iyi günler in Turkish. And magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat in Filipino. So again, I am Joanne T. Santiago from Philippines. I am a senior high school teacher like Dr. Bino Silario. So it's my honor to be one of the discussant of these institutions and of course to discuss to professional and young professional as well. So to discuss this topic with the continuation of the discussions of Dr. Venus, the importance of financial literacy for senior high school students. Particularly, I will be discussing the topic on the management or managing personal finance. Can I share my screen now, ma'am?
Okay, yes, ma'am. Now you
Oh,
share your presentation.
yeah. Doc Venus, can I let me do the honor in presenting my presentation? It's okay with me.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
okay, now perfect. You can start.
Okay. So, my topic is about financial planning and individual's life cycle. So, what would you do with the money if you won in a lottery? So, usually, we see people in a lotto outlets every time the prices money goes up, and when no one wins in the previous draw. So, many of us see the lottery as the ultimate shortcut to financial freedom. So, they see it as the great escape from poverty. Some of us may personally know lotto winners and how their lives have changed even ever since winning the lottery. So we saw them buy expensive houses and buy multiple cars. So we might also have heard of a few winners who went from rags to riches and back to rags again. So we probably wondered how they squandered that huge amount of money. Some stories tell us how lavishly they spent their winnings and how quickly they went back to poverty. So it's sad to hear some of that scenario. So this same story is common not just for these lotto winners but also for some individuals who have mismanaged their finances. So their predicament could have been avoided if they had adhered to some basic principles in personal finance management. So this holds true for all individuals, not just for this lotto winners of personal finance management is everyone's concerns. So according to Forbes magazine, so we have here listed of Asian richest individuals like Henry C, Jan Gokongwei, Andrew Tan, or the Aboitis family, the Ayala Sobel family. So those are mostly the richest individuals in the Philippines. So looking at these people, so we could assume that the none of them won the lottery and not everyone inherited their riches from their ancestor or parents. So probably some of them started from scratch and worked their way up. So not everyone is expected to join these individuals in the richest list, but everyone may be guided to emulate the steps they took success and avoided the pitfalls of those who failed. So let me cite again to you the objective of this forum or our discussion. So number one is, of course, is explain the basic personal finance principles, and then to provide you the understanding of sound practices in earning, spending, savings, and investing money. So first, let's start this financial planning and the individual's life cycle. So the financial plans of individuals depend on his financial objectives. So that are very much affected by the stage in his in individual's life cycle. So according to Brown and Rayleigh, identify the four life cycle phases on financial planning or the individual's life cycles. The number one is the accumulation phase. So those who have just started working or in the early part of their respective careers, typical assets that any individuals or household acquires at this stage include their own car or house. It is also this stage that individuals start living separately from their parents. Because of their acquisitions of cars and houses, individuals at this stage also start incurring significant liabilities in the forms of cars and home mortgage. So these mortgages are typically paid over a long time period or horizon. So more car loans are paid over 5 years, while housing loan extend much longer for 20 to 25 years. So individual must ensure that their earnings are more than enough to cover for these fixed obligations, and they still provide the funds for their daily livings expenditures for food, transactions, utilities, clothing, and etc. So it is then crucial that they should not enter into these loans if their earnings over the loan amortization period are not enough to pay the required regular payments. So aside from these short-term goals, they will also intend to save for future expenditures such as the tuitions of their children and for their eventual retirement, as well if funds are still available after considering the required daily living expenses or expenditure and their fixed obligations. The second one is the consolidation phase. So in consolidation phase, those in this phase already have the necessary assets required of a typical household and have settled most of their outstanding liabilities. So major concern at this stage include the ability to pay for the educations of their children from grade school to college. So of course, in this phase, individuals also fulfill family objectives such as going on a vacation and the purchase of luxury goods. Of course, this is a second priority relative to providing the typical needs of their children education and their daily allowances. And this pays also investments of moderate risk are taken by these individuals since they still have a longer time horizon before retirement. And then yet not willing to venture on the risky investment since it will be hard for them to start all over again, especially with the needs of their children taking high priority. So aside from this concern, they need to consolidate and preserve much of this asset to accumulated throughout the years since they would also want to prepare ahead for future retirement. So probably the net worth or the asset less liabilities of these individuals in consolidation phase are the significant increase compared to the accumulation phase, mainly because of the increase in earnings. So the benefits of earlier investment and then the higher salary or reaping the benefits of this early investment. So and settlement of the mortgage, they entered into the previous stage. Okay, the next one is the spending phase, the third one. So retired individuals belong to this stage. Their main source of income comes from their pension, although they also have benefits from the returns of their existing investments. Capital preservation is their main return objective, with the intentions of earning more than inflation to protect the value of their investment in real terms. So in spending phase, it is called the spending phase because their pension should be able to cover their daily living needs, yet they have more than enough funds. beyond the resources for them to enjoy the fruits of their labor throughout their working career. So the individuals at this stage must bear in mind that while they typically spend for luxuries, and they must not deplete their retirement funds for their remaining years. So nowadays, various retirement products offered by insurance and the financial institutions aids these retirees in determining the timing of receipt of the income generated from their insurance and pension plans. So they have to spend much of it in limited times um, span. And then the last phase of the individual's life cycle in financial planning is that gifting phase. So not everyone is expected to reach this phase, and most of the time to this stage is concurrent with the consolidation phase. So this stage focuses on how the individual provides support the family members, friends, or any charitable institution. And then not everyone is expected also to reach this state, and most of the time uh, they are struggling how they income, or they have multiple stream of income. So now we can go on the next topic with the basic principles of personal finance. So it certainly is, but this digested into pieces, you'll find this stuff pretty easy to understand over the time. But don't rush into every category at once, but start on one and really focus on the basic. So will you become financial guru overnight? So probably not. But understanding this personal finance, the basic principle, and having mastered these money skills will set you up to improve your final or financial wellness or your financial management. So you also do not need to love or be excited about your finance, but these are items you should not ignore throughout your lifetime. So first, let me cite to you what is personal finance, or discuss what is personal finance. So according to Corporate Finance Institute, personal finance is the process of planning and managing personal financial activities such as income generation, spending, saving, investing, and protection. So the process of managing one's personal finance can be summarized in a budget or a financial plan. So to make the most of your income, and saving is essential to become financially savvy. It will help you distinguish between good and bad advice and make intelligent financial decisions. So, what are those financial basic principles in personal finance? So, number one, of course, the best protection is knowledge. Yes, it's true. So lots of financial management or personal finance references provide the financial literacy to understand basic finance concept applicable to both businesses and individuals. So when we say individuals, it is a person or a people or a student, a businessman, or an engineer or a doctor. So we have discussed essentials or importance of financial literacy concepts such as financial planning and managing personal finance. So the time value of money is also included. The risk and return trade-off, and then this concept also apply to personal finance, should be the guiding principle in assessing the potential investment scheme and the related returns promised by these schemes. So in this principle of the best protection is knowledge, the individual should be cautious when reading and understanding the advertisement and leaflets disseminated by the organizer or the schemes, especially if the returns are way above the ordinary. It will be wise to carefully analyze the details of the prospectus of any financial instrument being offered and determining its risk and return characteristic. So the financial statement of the issuer is a good starting point of your analysis in determining the ability of the company to meet its obligations to the investor. It is the same reason that basic financial statement analysis is essential to any finance students and practitioner. So the next personal or the principles of personal finance is nothing happens without a plan. Yes, yes, it is indeed. Nothing happens without a plan. Financial planning is not restricted to companies alone. So individuals also prepare their financial plans in order to meet their set objectives and goals. So the basic financial plans include the preparations of annual, monthly, or even weekly or daily budgets. So adults prepare the household budget to determine if the sources of funds, or they say it is an earnings, or the some another income of a family. So these sources of funds of the family will be able to meet the required living expenditures, and if there will be an excess available for savings and investments. So in this principle, it is not enough. The creations of a budget will also trigger the family to seek potential sources of financing. So like banks borrowing, like the credit cards, or even an early age, individuals should practice financial planning, budget preparation. So this can be applied when determining the potential uses of the daily or weekly allowances children get from their parents. So they should be able to establish the basic expenditures such as foods, transportation, school supplies, etc. The load for the internet, and then for the school supplies, and then for them to fulfill their needs in daily living, and then determining whether there is money left that can spend or entertain toys or leisure outside the school. So the next one, principles in personal finance, is the time value of money. So remember the power of compound interest. So Albert Einstein acknowledged its importance, and individuals must use it to their advantage by investing wisely and avoiding its dangers by borrowing judiciously. So do not forget to select the best investment alternative by determining first a common valuation date. Today, for example, the comparing its present value before deciding which offer the most attractive proposition. So it is also in the time value of money, financing or borrowing options, whether a homes or a loans, or a cars or a car loans, should also be compared based on the present values. So the time value of money is also the basis in computing the return promise by an investment scheme, and whether it is realistic given the applicable investment time horizon. Okay, so the next principles in personal finance: taxes affects personal finance decisions. So almost all transactions involve taxes. So analyze the returns of potential investments on an after-tax basis. Even in determining the earnings of individual, just like a company, almost 1/3 of the income will go to taxes. So passive income is also subject to tax, and this must be incorporated in the analysis before making any investment decisions. Okay, so the next one is the step happens or the importance of liquidity. So remember to provide enough leeway for liquidity in the forms of cash or any asset easily convertible to cash or with a ready market. So this will allow the individuals to cover for any unexpected needs and take advantage of unexpected opportunities. Okay, so the next one is the waste net. Want not smart spending matters. So in this case, so individuals must identify priority goals, both near term and long term. So this should be the basis in the ranking potential purchases, whether staples or capital expenditures. So only when the necessities are taken care of should an individual indulge in a more luxurious item. So in this principle, impulsive buying should be minimized, and a specific budget should be set for these lower priority items. Okay, and then the next one. So we have here protect yourself against major catastrophe. So this is very important. So risk management involves protecting the individual and his property from event risks such as natural calamities. This is more urgent in calamity-prone countries such as the Philippines or other Asian countries. So insurance policy should include provisions that will cover for these events. So these clauses are sometimes referred to as acts of God's riders. So in this case, the individual must not forget payments for insurance premium as necessary fixed obligations, just like principals and interest payments of his mortgage. Okay, the next one is the risk and return must go hand in hand. So if you desire to achieve higher returns, you must understand the investment that will provide this involved risk. And then asset classes being considered by the individuals should fall within his risk tolerance level. So at these principles, risk minimization is also achieved by remembering the adage, do not put all your eggs in one basket, or do not put all your money or investment in one basket. Okay, and then the next one is the mind games and your money. So achieving financial proficiency does not solely involve formulae and computations. Finance is a much broader field that includes the study of behavioral traits and reactions of individuals. So I think behavioral finance is an interesting field to study and seeks application to personal finance problems. So lastly, in the basic principles of personal finance is just do it. So now that you have covered the basic concept in financial management as provided by this forum, it's up to you to apply this concept now and in the future, regardless of the field or the field of your career you will be specialized in. We have covered a wide range of topics, including financial statement analysis, planning and forecasting, working capital management, and then the short-term and long-term source of financing and evaluations or the long-term investment. So this is the very important, the long-term investment. So the risk-return trade-off of different investments, such as those related to stocks, government securities, and corporate bonds, were also uh, discussed. So the main point of or the essential arguments of this forum is that first, to become financial literate or financial literate, you must know the importance of financial management. So there are huge importance of financial management in an individual. Generally, it can be an employee, businessman, a mother, or the head of the family, or the students. So planning and controlling for your financial stability can keep you away from unstable income. So financial management, therefore, is important in all parties like construction industry, civil industry, food industry, academic industry, tourism industry, business and corporate environment. So that is the basic principles of personal finance. So here are the conclusions in this forum. So a personal youth is a critical stage in life. The mistake that you have as a youth will have a great impact on your adult life. A proper education on money is provided at this stage, they are bound to have a financially responsible adult. So financially literate student can be expected to be forward looking and to take uh, decisions after considering not only their immediate preferences, but also their future needs, such as recognizing the importance of savings and investing in their higher education. So that's all for my topic about
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
financial or managing financial literacy. So thank you very much.
Thank you,
Back to
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am, for your excellent presentation.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Now it's time for our quiz session. To complete our quiz session, we again come back in our question answer session. You have to wait for some
Okay.
minutes.
Okay.
Dear participant, now it's time for our quiz session. Mention your friends to join the quiz. To join this session, you have to go slido.com, then you have to enter the code, and the code is IGP. After short video, we'll start our quiz session. So let's enjoy our quiz session. Dear participant, now it's time for our quiz session. Mention your friends to join this session. Uh, to join this session, you have to go www.slido.com. Then you have to enter the code, and the code is IGP. And the code is IGP. Dear participant, we will pick your name from Slido. So join with your full name, which will directly print on certificates. And top 10 will be awarded with quiz completion certificates. Already 19 people join, 20 people join in our session. So please, we are still waiting for your joining. So please, everyone join early. To join this session, you have to go slido.com. Then you have to enter the code, and the code is IGP. Already 25 people joined in our session. After 2 minutes later, we start our quiz session. So please everyone join in our session early. To join this session, you have to go www.slido.com. Then you have to enter the code, and the code is IGP. Now we start our quiz session. First question, illustrate the importance of requiring a student to pass a financial literacy class before graduation. First option, informative. Second option, argumentative. Argumentative. We see 78% people say the option 1 and only 22% people say the option 2. Now we see the correct answer. And the correct answer is option 1, informative, and 78% people are right. And our leaderboard top ranker is Charlie Salijo Yamgochi. Second question, decide whether Largo High School should create a community garden. First option, informative. Second option, argumentative. And the correct answer is option 2, argumentative, and 69% people are right. And now our top ranker is Jannatul Firdos. Third down question. The community health nurse is using affect theory to design a prevention program for behavioral health. Nurse would first option determining the desired health problem impact, and second option identifying the specific health problem. And the correct answer is option 2, identifying the specific health problem, and 36% people are right. And now our top ranker is Michael Tarashina. Fourth down question. When educating the community about the health concerns, which aspect of communication is most important to nurse to ensure? First option, regulate the clarity of message. Second option, non-verbal verbal expression. And the correct answer is renegative for clarity of message. And now our top ranker is Michael Tarashina. Our fifth now question, nurse is developing a plan of care for family that provides round the clock care at the rate of home daughter chronic illness. First option is skill teaching. Second option respite care. And the correct answer is option 2, respite care, and 62% people are right. And again, our top ranker is Michael Tarashina. Sixth now question, result of various legislative acts affecting healthcare, which whom will students see is decreasing federal involvement. First option, Omnibus Budget Recognition Act. Second option, State Children's Health Insurance Program. And the correct answer is option 1, and 27% people are right. And now our top ranker is Charlene Calijo Yamgochi. Seventh question, student nurses discussing effect of health literacy on healthcare and how it may impact uh, their future PTS. Most aware of first option, health literacy goes beyond the basic definition of literacy. Second option, health literacy involves the ability to read, understand, and act on health. The correct answer is option 1. Health literacy goes beyond the basic definition of literacy. Eighth question, Thomas has spina bifida and requires a motorized wheelchair. The family asks for the nurse assistance, which responds, "You will probably be able to get if you pay for half the cost." Second option, "We'll need to check with the insurance company about coverage." And now we see the correct answer. And the correct answer is option 2. We will need to check with the insurance company about coverage. And 77% people are right. Nine question. Nurse is asked by a group of students why they should choose public health nursing as a career focus. Best response. First option, public health nurse can lead to effort in making care more accessible. Second option, financial resources for PTS are more readily available in public nursing. And now is the correct answer. And the correct answer is option 1. Public health nurses can lead to the effort in making care more accessible. And now we go for our last question. Nurse is looking for a job, goes with official health agency. Nurse knows these different agencies differ in what way? First option, privately funded. Second option, publicly funded. And the correct answer is option 2, public funded, and 76% people are right. And now our top ranker is Evelyn Piwapiri, and in second position, Charlene Calizo Yamgochi. In third position, Carmela Bijian. In third position, Nico then Asmeiro, and in fifth position, Lifa Clona. Congratulations, top 10 quiz competition are winner. We have all of your name which you entered during joining. We will pick your name and prepare certificate and we'll post them on our Facebook official page. Our Facebook official page is Institution of Global Professional. Now it's time for our question answer session. We will go ahead and take some time for our question now. After short video, we will start our question answer session. Uh, Welcome back, everyone. We'll go ahead and take some time for our question now. Just a reminder, please be sure to type your question in our comment box. Uh, to ask your question, first you have to address our our speaker name, then you can ask your question. Welcome back, ma'am.
Okay. Thank
Welcome
you.
back, ma'am. Welcome back, ma'am. Venus, hello you.
Hello.
Hello. Dear participant, if you have any question, you can ask in our comment box. We are waiting for your questions, so please everyone ask your question in our comment box. Dear participant, we are still waiting for your questions, so please uh, ask your question in our comment box. Our first question from Flomi asks, good morning, ma'am. Good morning to my parent. How can I teach my kids the importance of to what is the importance of liquidity in financial planning? Please.
Okay, good morning,
Ma'am,
everyone. Good
Venus
afternoon,
first.
rather. Okay, so to answer the question, as a parent, how to answer the question, how can I teach my kids the importance of money? So to begin with, the kids still do not have the right knowledge about money. So the better to do by the parent is to become the model for their children to become thrifty. So don't waste anything that can cause the mind of the kids to think that everything can be get or bought by just a simple getting of money. So in short, we as parents can be the role model for our children to be the to be their guide, to become thrifty, and to be a saver, so that when they grow old, they have their foundation in saving money. So that's all. So Ma'am Joanne.
Okay. Can you hear me, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay, to answer the question, what is the importance of liquidity in financial planning? So it is very important. If you have a cash on hand, so anything is possible in financial planning. Of course, at the end, you have proper allocations of the funds if you have this liquidity in financial planning. And then, of course, some of the step also is included in the importance of liquidity in the financial planning. So some of them has to have to learn how to budget and then understand the credit or the credit score. And then of course, you have to, if it is possible, if it said that importance of liquidity, of course, is you can do whatever you want. So first and foremost, you have to open a savings account, understand the loan, and then probably you are cover all the risk of your uncertainties. So that's all.
Thank you, ma'am, for your nice answering question. Now, our second question. Assalamu alaikum, madam. Why financial literacy in school matters today for the workforce of tomorrow? Please, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, to answer that questions, so why financial literacy in school matters today for the workforce of tomorrow? Uh, Financial literacy and money management skills are important for senior high school students, so our students, as they transition into an ever-changing economy. So high school students nowadays who are financially literate are likely to develop positive financial behaviors and make positive financial decisions.
So can I add some answer for these questions also?
Yes, ma'am, you can.
Okay. So financially literate students also can be expected to be more on forward looking and to take decisions after considering not only their immediate preferences but also their future needs, such as recognizing the importance of saving and
Yeah.
investing in higher education. So this financial management or the literacy in this understanding these skills and knowledge that allows them, the students, to make informed and do have an effective decisions with all their financial resources. So that's it.
Uh, Thank you so much for your answer. Uh, Ma'am, there is no more question. Thank you both of you to present the presentation. It has been very informative session. I think everyone can learn from your both of your presentation. Thank you so much,
Mhm.
ma'am. Uh,
Thank you also.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Any last word for our participant?
So, okay. So I hope everyone is learn the importance of financial planning or financial management, and then how to manage your personal finance. And then there is a basic principle for you to guide or the for your guidance on how you will allocate your money in proper place. And okay, the student. So I hope so. Everyone is. Delighted and then informed this very important topic. And magandang hapon again and maraming salamat in Filipino term. Good afternoon and thank you everyone for this fruitful session. I'm Joanne Santiago from Philippines. Back to you, Maui.
And ma'am, Venus Hiller, any last word for our participant?
Okay, so I hope everyone learns about our this session. Okay, I
Yep.
hope everyone learns about our session. So I will just leave you an important thought about what you must learn today. So the goal behind teaching financial literacy is to help people develop a stronger understanding of basic financial concepts. So that way they can
Yes.
handle their money better. So I hope everyone have been enjoyed in this session.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Uh, we are really grateful for your presentation. Thank you, ma'am. এখানে অল্প বসে গেছে আচ্ছা
Thank you.
Can I leave the studio?
yes you can ma'am. Thank you everyone for your active participation. We have faced some technical issue, so we tell you our webinar code IGP6754. Our webinar code is IGP6754. Here participate. Our certificate code is IGP6754. Thank you everyone for your active participation. I hope everyone can learn from our uh, webinar session. See you again in our next session. So stay happy and blessed. Thank you so much, everyone.